The following clip was forwarded by Mordem X, and he tells me that it was recorded during a family gathering in South America. The aunt of the two little boys was recording them at the time, as they were playing around with a tricycle. Nothing weird happened that day, nothing that was really noticed at least. However, when the woman was checking the video later with her husband, they found something really strange popping up in the mirror. The woman stated that nobody was standing behind her and that everybody else was sitting at the table at the time. So how do we explain this head popping up? Was it something paranormal? Maybe a deceased family member? This is another pretty infamous recording that was caught by a couple of friends who were exploring a supposedly haunted tunnel system. Many legends speak about the strange and inexplicable captures that had been taken in there over the years. Apparently, even a few people had lost their lives in there, on adventure trips or other unexplained occasions. So it is believed that the souls of these poor folks could still be roaming the tunnels. After scouting out the systems for more than an hour, something really creepy unfolded right in front of the camera lens.
One bite. Yep.
Now turn off the...
Okay, turn off the lights.
You see anything?
Yeah. Toss it down. Dude, it's not bright enough. Crack the other one. That was left.
Let me try to take the other one too.
I don't think you're throwing out enough light here.
Anything?
What the?
Dude, what the fuck? I can't see.
The second, one of the young men is igniting his glow sticks. Out of the darkness behind him, there appears a scary looking face, and it's peeking over his shoulders. Of course, they made it out of there as quick as they could. But what makes this incident even more sinister is the creepy noises that we can hear at the end of the video, which most likely stem from something else in these tunnels.
Dude, what the fuck? I can't see.
What a terrifying night for them. The following clip has been shared by Mank, and this was apparently captured on a construction site of some sorts, and they caught something quite interesting in the distance, it reads. Let's take a look. Oh, we don't see anybody there at the time. Also, it reads that there should not have been any bystanders, so the uploader speculated that this could be kuntilanak, perhaps. Do you agree with that? Now we are following the team of Kaka Sobrenatural, who ventures to a supposedly haunted family home. It is said that a terrible tragedy unfolded in this house, and apparently housing the spirits of its violent past. After setting up their equipment, the team checks out every room in this place, and slowly but surely, some unusual activity unfolds. It all starts with really odd noises. However, their camera captured something else that nobody saw at the time.
Gente, a família conta que quando eles estavam pousando nessa casa, aparecia um senhor sentado na poltrona dando risada, sorrindo. E isso era muito assustador, tanto que eles nunca mais quiseram pousar dentro dessa casa.
Fazer uma manifestação agora com a gente? Estamos na total escuridão. cheiro de
queimado.
Cheiro de
Verdade.
queimado.
Eu não tô sentindo aqui um cheiro de queimado. Como se tivesse uma fiação, queimar algum tá pegando fogo. Nossa, olha.
Ó.
O quê? Cara, pegou. Desculpa ter acendido a lanterna. Alguma coisa me pegou nas costas, cara. Eu senti assim como se tivesse passado.
Seemingly on edge, and after hearing and even smelling things, the unthinkable unfolds.
Sensacional, cara, a visão noturna.
Nossa, cara.
Você viu?
Nossa!
Cara do céu!
Meu Deus, Sandro. Nossa, cara.
Você viu?
Did you see that? A creepy looking apparition is peeking at our investigators from the living room. It appears as if that thing is coming straight out of the wall, hovering over the sofa. Could this be the sinister ghost that the family has seen before in this residence? Quite terrifying how the eyes reflect back, isn't it? Captured by the dashcam of a police officer who was out on patrol this night. It was a regular shift for him up until that point. But that changed rather quickly. The officer notices something strange on the road and then drives straight through it. He felt that something was not right and turned around right after to see if anything was there. We can clearly see a mist-like apparition that seemingly seems to float right through the police cruiser. It almost looks like a humanoid form. Strange, isn't it? Reason enough for the policeman to turn around. And then this thing appears again from the right side of the screen. Many people are sure that something paranormal was going on in this recording. Was it maybe a spirit on a nightly walk? Or what else could have caused these mist-like figures in your opinion? Pretty mysterious. This is the CCTV recording that was obtained by the same security guard that we see on screen here, and then uploaded to his channel Jay Breezy. He states that he saw a ghostly person walking up to him, and apparently even the camera has captured this event.
Look at I saw that. I saw that. See, I saw that. And I'm like, and then it disappeared over there by the desk. And I was like, okay. So I looked at the camera. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna calm down. I'm gonna calm down. So I wanted to tell the camera, y'all see that? Y'all saw that, right? I'm telling CHA, did y'all see that?
Jay thinks that this must have been a ghost walking the lobby area, because what on earth could this have been otherwise? This recording stems from a night security guard who was protecting a huge warehouse. It was his 12th night at the job, and he states that ever since he started to walk there, more and more creepy events started to unfold. This is one of his documented ones.
Just drop. Ah! Ow.
It seemed that something got thrown at him, which initially made him quite weary. Then, moments later, the power went off in the whole building, and he seemed to have heard and seen something terrifying. And after the recording ended, he went home straight away. Was something demonic lingering in this old warehouse? The next video was sent by Brian. It was captured on a security camera that was overseeing a stretch of road in Bolivia, and for some reason it had captured the attention of one of the security guards that was on his shift one night this August. There seemed to be a person walking at night, but something wasn't right. What could he mean by that? Let's see.
Es un suceso que me pasa ayer en la noche, a eso de las 10:30 de la noche, 22:40. Ahí estoy yo. Ahí clarito se ve una formita que ella está caminando. Aparece de ella bajito. Esto está grabado por mis cámaras de videoseguridad que dan hacia la calle. Fíjense cómo camina. Y yo estoy ahí, ¿no? Yo estoy ahí viendo, lo estoy hablando por teléfono, lo estoy viendo. Y estoy quedándome queriendo grabarlo, pero no puedo. Y se mete a la casa. Lleva como un poncho.
He tells us that this is a really weird capture, since people are normally not out on the streets that late during lockdown. And besides this being wearing a black jacket, it also seems to be suddenly stopping in its tracks, then standing there for a brief moment before proceeding to walk. It also looks like it's morphing between shapes, which looks quite unreal. What's your explanation for this? Just a camera glitch? Or did he capture something else here? I couldn't say. This clip was uploaded by FrostmareTV and it certainly is very strange. It seems to have been taken from a CCTV in some sort of gravel yard or maybe a construction site. The CCTV picks up a bizarre shadow figure that appears to be floating through the yard. If you look closely, you can make out what appears to be a head and even 2 arms. It also seems that some dogs in the area have noticed the figure as well. They look to be running and barking towards whatever it is that is floating through. Things get even stranger though as it moves up towards the road. It seems to become more and more human-like. This is definitely a very mysterious video. What could possibly explain this odd capture? Do you think this is truly a ghostly spirit caught on the CCTV? On a trip to an old castle, namely the Hearst Castle in Hampshire, Tony Ferguson caught a really creepy looking thing peeking out of one of the windows. He states, "While we were there, I really felt like something was following me from room to room, but your mind can play tricks on you, so I tried to ignore it. But when I watched the video back, I was shocked. It's quite a scary looking figure. I didn't see the figure until I watched the footage back. Now, what could he come up with?" It clearly looks like an apparition is stepping forward into the window, and we can almost make out an eye. Was it maybe a former prisoner's spirit? If it wasn't an apparition, what else could it have been? It certainly was no employee. Let me know what you guys think. Tony is sure that he even could capture another apparition, moments after asking the spirit world to please manifest in the window if anything is there with him. So, what do we think about that one? Just another confirmation for paranormal energy. The following TikTok has been recorded by user Jenny Mains. She actually doesn't have many videos on her profile and mostly shares moments of her and her friends out in the fields or hanging out. The clip I'm about to show you is similar, yet there's a pretty creepy element to it. Apparently they came across this abandoned house in the fields and Jessie decided to record it, not noticing anything at the time. Once she was home, it was a terrifying find. Have you noticed it? Let's look at that again. Her viewers believe that she caught an apparition moving in the doorway. Especially in the first couple of frames, it is noticeable that there seems to be standing something, and then we see it move all of a sudden. Some say it looks like a spirit in a dress, maybe a female, that was living in that house back in the day. And what is going on with the windows here? Notice how there seems to be a little spot moving, and then all of a sudden it appears that the lady can be seen once more, hovering to the right.
What do you guys make out of that? Is it just a hoax? A friend perhaps? Pretty good editing? Or a paranormal event unfolding? I have to say, it looks pretty intriguing to me.
The following unsettling videos were recorded from inside the car of Beth. She saw something creepy appear out of thin air right across the street in the woods. And of course she turned her camera on and started capturing this quite eerie event. She shared it with her friends and family at first, so she certainly wasn't looking for any attention.
Talia, get over here. I can't even zoom in any closer. You see it? It just walks back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I initially took the video to send it to my friend. He paces back and forth for hours and hours, not just for 20 minutes at a time. This is hours and hours and hours and days, weeks. I mean, here we are a month and a half later and it's been still there.
She states that this went on for over a month at this point, and that this shadow can mostly be seen from a distance only.
Where we see that figure, it just walks back and forth every day, all day. Now, I've been over there a couple of times. As I walk up on it, there's just nothing there.
It's quite baffling for sure. People suspected that it might have been a strange reflection from somewhere, while others think this to be impossible, or that somebody was playing a creepy prank. Whatever the answer, it's certainly a creepy incident. She has shared the following recording. She states that her uncle is currently working at the infamous Cecil Hotel. As many of you know, many tragic events have unfolded in there. Her uncle found the following quite unusual. Nobody else but him was walking on that floor at that time. And it was closed due to the renovation work. People speculated that it might have been poltergeist activity that was moving the doors here. Maybe a former resident that didn't appreciate the renovation work. If it wasn't staged, what else could this have been? Now we want to check out a video that was uploaded by Rebecca Schütz, and she states it's a security video provided by the West Street Chapel. In the video, a night janitor looks at the door around 5 AM, and a few seconds later, what appears to be a little girl in a white dress runs towards the door, then quickly out of frame. Later, when cleaners were shown the video, they were terrified. No little girls had been in the building that morning, and no one had an explanation for who the figure was. Except, well, something otherworldly. Let's take a look. Okay, that seems to be the security guard. Whoa. This? That looks eerily similar to a real person, doesn't it? I mean, I don't know if we can see a shadow here, but to me, I don't think we can see a shadow from that girl. This is really creepy. I mean, this could certainly be a ghost girl. I would not be opposed of that idea that this is something otherworldly for sure. And it's really creepy. What could the spirit be doing in there? This video was recorded by two friends who were visiting a pretty notorious house. This case was all over the news at the time. A young woman was found that unfortunately had lost her life there. She was kept in the basement by the owner. Horrifying things went down there at the time, and now this house stands abandoned. Keep that in mind. However, somehow it seemed that something still remained there.
This is freaky. Yeah.
Look at the right side window. Is something moving the curtains, perhaps? It almost looks like it.
What was the basement like? Right.
And let's look at the window again one more time. It almost appears as if something is standing on the other side of it for a second. How mysterious. Or was it just a reflection from the outside?
This is the basement where the little girl was tortured. Dude, come here. As you can see, this is what the basement looked like. That's fucked.
Oh, hell no. This picture is serious, too.
Dude, I ain't fucked.
There's a picture of the stairs.
Dude, I ain't fucked.
There's a picture of the stairs.
I swear to God.
Could it be that the girl's spirit could still be stuck to this house? Some people believe that this is the case, unfortunately. But let's hope that it's not true. Below Paris, there lies a labyrinth of ancient tunnels and mass graves that are known as the catacombs. They have been inaccessible for many years, and to make it even creepier, they are mostly unmapped. Without anybody knowing the exact layout, one day a video camera was found. Supposedly the last footage of an adventurer that went missing down there. It was picked up by another group of explorers, and what they found on the footage was simply terrifying. I tried to remaster the footage as best as I could. Let's see.
It's very bizarre. So basically he's filming what he's seeing very deep inside the catacombs, other than the point of view shots or pictures of bones, human bones. This person occasionally stops and he photographs bones, often in the shape of an arrow. These arrows point in a direction. Occasionally also he stops to photograph roomfuls of bones, which means that he's very deep inside the catacombs. What happened to him? Nobody knows. I mean, there are 400 miles of tunnels like this. People have been painting in the catacombs for centuries. So it is possible with these paintings that we may be able to retrace an itinerary to some extent. After about 40 minutes of these point of view shots, the person begins to walk faster and faster. Then he begins to run. We hear his breathing get louder and louder, as though something was scaring him. He's frightened. Occasionally he stops, perhaps to try to decide which way to run among all the many different corridors. He's running faster and faster and faster, deeper and deeper into the catacombs. And all of a sudden, and he keeps rolling until it runs out of tape.
The man recording the footage has never been found, and the tape baffled many experts at the time. Did this explorer just get lost? Or was he perhaps afraid of something? Afraid of something that he saw? Other theories state that he might have lost his mind at the time. Maybe something drove him mad, and he disappeared into the dark tunnels, never to be seen again. It's quite creepy. and one of the most mysterious found footage tapes to ever be released. The following video is another really strange one and was captured by a young man who was riding his bike through a forest area the following night. The uploader stated that he was spending his weekend to hike and to explore this area, which is situated right next to a famous ghost mountain. Well, the rider was certainly spooked out that night. Now, of course, this clip falls into the category creepy stranger, as it appears that a weirdo in pretty terrifying makeup is looking at the bicycle rider here, and then disappearing behind a tree. Some people believe that we are seeing some form of forest spirit, or even a demon perhaps. Most likely, however, there was something else going on here, a stranger that was scaring passing tourists. Or worse, maybe a friend that was staging this whole encounter. While there's no proof for any of these speculations, it still remains a creepy piece of footage. The next recordings were shared by Maximum Disclosure. The man states that a lot of paranormal events have been unfolding in their house. In particular, there seemed to be a lot of nightly activity. They could hear somebody walking up the staircase at night. The stomps were so loud at times that they decided to install a security camera on the second floor to see what was going on there. Something strange is going on in this video. It's as if a shadow is visible at the bottom of the stairs. Really mysterious, right? On another recording, it appears that an object is being moved at the bottom of the stairs. It was in the middle of the night and nobody was awake at the time. The family believes that it was the doing of an unseen entity. Could this be so? It is pretty odd though, whatever it was. The following video was uploaded by a concerned father who found a terrifying encounter unfolding one night when he was checking the replay of his baby monitor recording. He states that the night in question he received an alert on his phone that apparently a person was detected. Only a minute after this incident had unfolded, he checked the room and found nobody. He was pretty freaked out and was hoping to find some answers on the internet. He believes it to be something otherworldly, possibly demonic. Or are we looking at a guardian angel, perhaps? Let's take a look. Some commenters say that it could be the spirit of a female staring at the baby, and that would be quite unsettling to say the least. Or is it something more malevolent? What do you think? Whatever it was, it's certainly nightmare material. The next video was uploaded by the Spanish channel Breakman, and it was a video submitted by one of his viewers. Apparently, their CCTV camera had captured quite the chilling event unfold. The factory they work in is said to be extremely haunted for a very long time already, and shadow people apparently can be seen ever so often. Today something really creepy unfolded in the back of the factory, and a security guard had noticed it. Yes, you see that right. A dark shadow arm seems to be coming out of the tiny door space to the right and moving along the door. This is most definitely impossible, not to mention the heavy weight of the door, which is taking one of the employees quite a bit of force to open. It's one of the many creepy encounters in this factory that is unfolding on the regular. How can we explain it though? The space between the frame and the door is so small that nothing could be slid through easily to fake this video. So what's your explanation for this? More than a little bit unsettling, I find, and thanks again to Breakman for sharing this encounter with us.